we do from here is we continue to monitor our patients. We're monitoring for symptoms that are consistent with the virus. Since we did go ahead and test everybody, we did have some asymptomatic positives. We're still monitoring those people for any symptoms that they may develop. Patients that have tested positive, they're receiving the appropriate medical care that they need. If it is employees that have tested positive, then what we're doing from there is following the CDC recommendations on when to allow them to return to work. So that's kind of the direction that we're going right now. We do, like I told you a while ago, we're incredibly busy taking care of all of this. There's a lot of notifications that go into play with this. When we do have positives, we notify the Alabama Department of Public Health, the CDC, resident sponsors, the health departments, employees. So there's a lot of steps that go into having a positive case. That's the hard part of this virus, is that you cannot pinpoint it down to this particular moment in time is when it happened, is when it got into your building. But what we have done is since March, we have been screening employees prior to them ever starting their shift. We're screening for any fever. We're screening if they have any symptoms. Have they been in contact with anybody that is COVID positive? We screen the employees prior to their shift. We've been screening residents twice a day for any symptoms that are consistent with that, and then they receive the appropriate medical care that they need if they do have any symptoms. On the proactive side, that is the very proactive side of this. We also had the Alabama National Guard come into our building on April the 30th to sanitize our building for the virus. So that was another step that we took, trying to keep it out of our building. The only visitors that are allowed into our building, along with CDC guidance on that, is in those compassionate care situations. So if it is a patient that's at end of life, then at that time visitors are allowed in the building with stringent rules in place that we have for that visit.